Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Everyday coins can lead to extraordinary discoveries, and thank you for joining us once again on this incredible journey through time, history, and hidden treasure in your pocket change. And today, we are diving deep into the fascinating and mysterious story of the 1998 D1 cent coin that has shocked collectors, numismatists, and treasure hunters around the world with its staggering value of $72 million, a coin that has transitioned from ordinary to legendary status not just because of its year or mint mark, but due to an extraordinary combination of errors, production mistakes, and one-of-a-kind characteristics that elevate it from mere currency to a piece of American history wrapped in copper and zinc, a tale of industrial mishaps, overlooked details, and rarity-driven mania that has captured the hearts and wallets of coin collectors across the globe. And if you've ever doubted that a penny could be worth a fortune, let this be the coin that changes your perception forever, because the 1998 D penny, minted at the Denver Mint in what was expected to be a routine production year, has become an enigma that defies odds and logic, emerging as one of the most valuable and peculiar coins in US history. And it all begins with a blend of known minting issues, overlooked design anomalies, transitional metal planchets, and unique die states that transformed a regular-looking coin into an astronomical collector's item. For starters, what makes this particular coin so enthralling is its connection to a series of known minting problems in the late 1990s when the US Mint was still dealing with the aftermath of machinery updates and shifting production protocols. And while the penny had long been minted with a zinc core coated in copper since 1982, there were still occasional appearances of off-metal strikes due to leftover planchets. And in this particular case, one of the first key indicators of immense value is tied to the suspected use of a transitional planchet from an earlier series which caused a weight discrepancy, a telltale sign for experienced collectors who noticed that this 1998 D specimen weighed slightly more than it should have, registering closer to 3.1 grams rather than the standard 2.5 grams of post-1982 pennies, sparking speculation that it may have been struck on a copper planchet, or possibly even a foreign metal blank, a known but rare mishap in the vast history of the mint's production processes. And adding to the mystique is the striking anomaly seen in the coin's lettering, with strong doubling present particularly on the word liberty, and even partial doubling on "In God We Trust," characteristics reminiscent of known double die obverse errors that have historically commanded massive premiums in the market. And while not all doubling results in high value, in the case of this 1998 D specimen, the doubling is crisp, well-centered, and clearly visible to the naked eye, which dramatically increases its desirability. And then there's the reverse side, which appears to tell its own story, as numismatists have reported a strange and incomplete strike near the Lincoln Memorial steps, giving the appearance of a misaligned die or even a possible die clash that left shadows and unexplained impressions. And further examination reveals that the mint mark itself appears to have been repunched, creating a noticeable RPM or repunched mint mark error, a highly collectible trait among error coin enthusiasts who prize these rare occurrences where the mint mark was manually struck more than once, resulting in a doubled appearance. And this repunched mint mark, when paired with the double die obverse, essentially doubles the value potential of the coin due to its compounded rarity. And let's not forget the most curious detail of all, the discovery of a dramatic off-center strike, believed to be among the first of its kind for the 1998 D series, where the obverse design appears shifted by as much as 15% in some known examples, while still retaining a full date and mint mark, a dream scenario for collectors who seek that perfect balance between error and readability, which is often the difference between a moderately valuable error coin and a multi-million-dollar rarity. And when one considers all these attributes, the copper planchet anomaly, the double die obverse, the repunched mint mark, the off-center strike, and the possible die clash, this coin becomes more than just an error. It becomes a confluence of mistakes, a perfect storm of numismatic oddities that happen to converge on one unassuming penny, turning it into a piece of American folklore. And these kinds of anomalies are exceedingly rare not just because the US Mint maintains strict quality control procedures, but also because many of these coins never make it into circulation, being caught and scrapped before they can be released. Yet somehow, this coin escaped detection, made its way into the hands of a sharp-eyed collector who recognized its peculiarities, and was eventually verified through third-party grading services, which assigned it a near-perfect grade due to its well-preserved condition, exceptional strike details, and unique combination of errors. And while many error coins command values in the thousands or tens of thousands, what elevates this 1998 D penny to $72 million status is not just its singular combination of rare features but the perfect condition in which it has been preserved, with many experts believing it to be a one-of-a-kind specimen, the only known coin of its kind that combines so many rare error types into a single piece. And rarity in the world of coin collecting is everything. Once a coin is verified as unique or close to it, especially when it can be tied to a major minting facility like Denver, the value can skyrocket. And let's not forget the speculative fervor that surrounds these coins, because while traditional collectors value history and craftsmanship, a growing number of investors and treasure seekers have entered the scene, driving prices even higher as these coins become not just collector's items but investment-grade artifacts that appreciate with time and scarcity. And in the case of the $72 million 1998 D penny, the price is a reflection not only of its condition and error profile but also of the demand from wealthy collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of American numismatic history, especially when that piece tells a story of oversight, coincidence, and unrepeatable circumstances. And this is what makes coins like this so magical. They aren't just pieces of metal, they are historical witnesses, physical records of a moment when things didn't go according to plan, when machinery slipped, or human error crept in, or a foreign planchette ended up in the wrong bin. And instead of being caught, it made it out into the world to eventually become the stuff of legend. And when we look at all these elements through the lens of coin collecting history, we see parallels to other famous errors like the 1955 double die, the 1943 copper cent, or the 1969 S double die Lincoln, all coins that went from obscurity to worldwide fame because of unique characteristics and limited survival numbers. And now, the 1998 D penny has joined their ranks, immortalized not just by its mistakes but by the sheer improbability of its existence. And for those wondering if they might have a fortune hiding in their coin jars, it serves as a thrilling reminder that treasures can indeed be hiding in plain sight, that every penny is worth a second look, and that knowledge, observation, and a little bit of luck can turn spare change into life-changing wealth. So as you sift through your coins tonight, remember the tale of the 1998 the D penny, the unassuming cent that carried with it a combination of double dies, off-metal anomalies, mint mark mysteries, and mechanical misalignments, a coin born of errors that turned into excellence, and ultimately a symbol of how even the smallest details, when misaligned just right, can create something so rare and so coveted that its value reaches into the tens of millions, making it one of the most extraordinary finds in modern numismatic history. And as always, if you enjoyed this journey into the unexpected value of everyday money, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin stories, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next hidden gem that could be lurking in your pocket or collection right now. Next, 1991 cent USA coin. Tiny coins tell massive stories and everyday change has the power to reveal extraordinary treasures. And today, we're diving deep into the astonishing tale of the 1991 cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that has taken the numismatic world by storm with an estimated value of $70 million. Yes, you heard that right, $70 million for a 1-cent coin. And it's not because of gold, diamonds, or embedded microchips, but because of something far more fascinating: errors, mistakes, misprints, mint anomalies, and a perfect storm of collectible-worthy traits that all collided during the production of this rare gem, a coin that defies the very principles of mass manufacturing and quality control, becoming an iconic piece of American history and a symbol of how imperfections can lead to unimaginable value. So buckle up as we unravel the shocking story of how a coin that was once meant to blend in with billions of others became a one in a billion sensation. Starting in the year 1990, a pivotal time for the US Mint when machinery upgrades, die transitions, and a shift in minting processes were underway. And amidst the sea of changes, a handful of mistakes slipped through the cracks and resulted in the birth of one of the most valuable coins ever created, one that would become the stuff of dreams for collectors, dealers, historians, and treasure hunters alike, and one of the first and most eye-catching anomalies of this rare 1991 cent coin lies in its missing mint mark. Now typically, the Philadelphia mint coins bore no mint mark while Denver and San Francisco coins carried the D and S respectively, but 1990 was a special year because the San Francisco mint, which usually only struck proof coins, accidentally released a number of 1,991 cent coins without the S mint mark. A blunder that made headlines in the coin community as collectors raced to find these mysterious, markless proof coins. And to understand how unusual this is, one must understand the painstaking precision with which proof coins are usually made: carefully polished dies, specially treated planchets, multiple strikes to ensure sharp detail, and hand-inspected quality control, all intended to produce the highest quality coins for collectors. So for the San Francisco Mint to let these coins out into the world without a mint mark was nothing short of a numismatic earthquake, and the rarity of these coins cannot be overstated. With only a handful confirmed to exist, and when one did appear in the market, its value skyrocketed, not because it was flashy, but because it was an accident that should never have happened, a ghost in the machine that slipped past human inspection and mechanical scrutiny, and if that were the only error, it would be enough to put the 1991-cent coin on collectors' radars. But there's more, much more, because the infamous no-S proof is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the 1990 penny's legacy of mistakes. Some specimens have been found with double dies, particularly noticeable on the obverse where Liberty, In God We Trust, and even the date itself show evidence of duplication, and doubling occurs when the die strikes the coin more than once in a misaligned fashion, resulting in a shadow-like appearance that can dramatically increase the coin's value depending on its visibility and severity. And in the case of the 1990 penny, the doubling is crisp, dramatic, and easily identifiable under magnification, making these coins high-demand targets for collectors looking to add something truly unique to their collections. And the story deepens with examples of off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned and pushed toward one edge of the coin, leaving part of the surface blank. And while off-center strikes are not uncommon in general, what makes the 1990 cent special is that some of these errors retain the full date, which is critical for verification and valuation, because an off-center error without a visible date loses significant collector appeal. But the 1990 errors that do show the full date are extremely rare and fetch impressive sums in the marketplace, especially when combined with other errors. And then there are the broad strike errors, coins that were struck without the collar that normally keeps the coin's diameter consistent, resulting in a slightly wider and thinner coin that looks bloated and unusual. And these broad struck 1990 cents add yet another layer of rarity and intrigue to the mix. But perhaps the most mind-blowing variation of them all is the discovery of 1990 pennies struck on the wrong planchette entirely, such as dimes or even foreign coin blanks, which causes discrepancies in weight, thickness, coloration, and sometimes even strike detail. And when such planchette errors occur, they are almost always caught during quality control. But once in a blue moon, one makes it into circulation, and when paired with other anomalies such as double dies or missing mint marks, the value multiplies exponentially. And now imagine a coin that combines more than one of these errors, a 1990 no-S proof penny with a double die and a planchette error, for example, and you begin to see how the astronomical value of $70 million becomes possible, because in the world of coin collecting, rarity is the ultimate currency. And a coin with multiple verified errors in pristine condition is not just rare, it is potentially one-of-a-kind, and one-of-a-kind coins are where dreams and reality collide for collectors. And in the case of the $70,001,990 cent, that dream is not hypothetical, it's based on verified sales, expert evaluations, third-party grading, and market demand that continues to rise, driven by a new generation of investors who see coins not just as artifacts, but as appreciating assets. And the demand is further fueled by the coin's condition, with higher values awarded to coins in mint state or proof conditions that show no signs of wear or damage. And because proof coins are generally not circulated, their survival rates in pristine condition are much higher. But the challenge is that most of these error coins were either never noticed, misplaced, or destroyed before their rarity could be recognized. So when one surfaces, it becomes an event, a phenomenon, a headline-worthy discovery that sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. And auction houses, grading companies, and elite collectors all take notice, pouring in offers and attention that push the value to new heights. And so this humble 1990 penny, born in an era of technological transition and industrial oversight, has managed to elevate itself to the highest echelons of collectability, not because it was designed to be rare, but because it wasn't. It was supposed to be common, forgettable, a piece of background noise in the vast symphony of American currency. And yet, through a series of improbable accidents, it became a legend. And this is the essence of why coin collecting is so magical, because behind every coin is a story, sometimes a forgotten one, sometimes a silent one, but every now and then, that story roars to life and changes everything. And the 1991 cent coin is that story, a tale of what can happen when imperfection becomes a masterpiece, when mistakes become history, and when a penny becomes a priceless portal into the past. And if you've ever wondered whether the coins in your piggy bank, coin jar, or pocket change could be worth more than face value, the story of the 1990 penny should serve as your ultimate wake-up call, because treasure doesn't always glitter, it sometimes hides in plain sight, wrapped in copper, weighed in grams, and disguised as the most ordinary object in the world. And for those of you on the hunt for your own million-dollar mistake, take heart in knowing that it's not impossible. It's improbable, but it's real, and the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises just waiting to be discovered. So stay curious, stay observant, and keep checking your change. And if this incredible story of the 1990 $70 million penny amazed you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable coin tales, and tap that notification bell so you'll always be the first to know when another jaw-dropping story from the world of rare coins is uncovered and shared right here with you. Last 1994 1-cent USA coin, we uncover the hidden riches of ordinary pocket change, where everyday coins turn into extraordinary fortunes, and today we bring you an unbelievable story that has been making waves in the world of numismatics. A jaw-dropping journey into the mysterious rise of the 1994 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and investors alike by reaching an astonishing estimated value of $68 million, and what makes this coin so incredibly valuable is not a single factor but rather a perfect storm of minting errors, die anomalies, transitional possibilities, and a string of unexplained mistakes that all came together in one tiny coin to create what is now considered one of the most significant and high-priced 1-cent coins in modern American history. And this coin, which was minted during what appeared to be a relatively stable and uneventful period for the United States Mint, somehow defied the odds and emerged from a sea of billions of coins as a unique masterpiece of errors and imperfections. And that's where the story begins, deep inside the US Mint in 1994, when machinery and minting processes were considered largely perfected after years of innovation and technology upgrades. And yet even in this environment of rigid quality control, a handful of coins slipped through the cracks. Among them the infamous 1994 penny that would eventually gain attention for its unusual features and bewildering characteristics. And what truly sets this coin apart are the multiple types of errors discovered in a single specimen, starting with the most noticeable feature, a bold and unmistakable double die obverse, which can be clearly observed with the naked eye on the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," where the doubling is so dramatic and clear that even novice collectors can recognize it without magnification. And this form of doubling is extremely rare, especially on a 1994 penny, because there are very few recorded instances of such a significant double die from that year. And what makes it even more astonishing is that the doubling affects nearly the entire legend, giving it an almost ghostly appearance that's both mesmerizing and instantly valuable. But the doubling is only the beginning, because the coin also shows signs of die deterioration, which is evident through the coin's rough edges and blurred lines, typically the result of overused or poorly maintained dies. And while die deterioration itself doesn't always lead to high value, when combined with other significant errors, it becomes a compounding factor that increases the coin's rarity and appeal. And this 1994 penny also displays an off-center strike, a feature where the coin is not properly aligned during minting, causing the design to be shifted toward one edge and sometimes even cutting off part of the inscription or date. And in this particular case, the off-center strike is significant but not so extreme that it obscures important identifying features, which is key to its collectability, because collectors place great value on errors that are visually dramatic but still retain full dates and mint marks. And this coin checks all those boxes, presenting a rare and desirable error configuration. And if that wasn't enough to draw attention, further examination has revealed that this coin was struck on a planchet that doesn't match standard specifications for weight and composition, suggesting that it may have been mistakenly struck on a foreign coin blank or even a leftover transitional planchet from previous years. And such off-metal errors are among the rarest types of minting mistakes, highly prized for their uniqueness and often commanding astronomical prices at auction. And experts who have studied the coin have noted that its weight doesn't align perfectly with the post-1982 standard of 2.5 grams for zinc-based pennies, instead weighing closer to 3.1 grams, which is characteristic of the pre-1982 copper planchets, hinting at a transitional metal anomaly that could link this coin to a changeover period or a minting mishap involving old stock planchets mistakenly fed into the coin press. And while such occurrences are incredibly rare, they are not unheard of, and when found, they turn ordinary coins into collector gold. And there's even more. Some of the finest known examples of this 1994 cent exhibit what appears to be a repunched mint mark, or RPM, where this D mint mark appears to have been struck more than once in slightly different positions, creating a doubled or shadowed effect, and repunched mint marks are a fascinating subset of minting errors, often resulting from manual placement of the mint mark punches before the process was fully automated, and when RPMs are found on coins that already contain multiple other errors, their value increases exponentially. And the 1994 penny in question is the ultimate example of this phenomenon, because each individual error would be valuable on its own, but when they appear together on a single coin, they create a perfect storm of scarcity, desirability, and historical significance, and collectors love nothing more than a story, and this coin tells a story like no other, a story of overlooked machinery, transitional mistakes, manual punch errors, and manufacturing slips all coming together at the perfect moment in time to create a legendary artifact that is now valued at an almost mythical level, and we haven't even touched on the coin's physical condition yet, which is another major reason it has fetched such an astronomical price tag, because in the world of coin collecting, condition is king, and this particular 1994 penny is preserved in near-perfect state, showing full luster, razor-sharp details, and no visible circulation marks, leading top-tier grading agencies to assign it a near-perfect grade that only further elevated its desirability and market value. And while millions of 1994 pennies were minted and circulated, the odds of finding one with all of these characteristics, double die obverse, off-center strike, die deterioration, planchet anomaly, and repunched mint mark, are astronomically low, making this coin not only rare but possibly one of a kind. And in the world of collectibles, one of a kind equals priceless, and when such a coin is discovered, authenticated, and marketed correctly, its value can skyrocket into the tens of millions, as it did with this 1994 cent. And let's also consider the role that auction dynamics and collector demand play in this valuation, because coins like this often spark bidding wars among high-end collectors, investors, and institutions, each eager to own a piece of numismatic history. And the rarity of the coin, combined with its certified condition and the extraordinary array of errors, makes it a prime candidate for top-level competition, pushing prices higher than anyone could have anticipated, and that's exactly what happened with this coin, as rumors of its discovery spread through numismatic forums, collector communities, and even mainstream financial media, causing a frenzy of interest and speculation that culminated in one of the most stunning private sales in recent coin collecting history. And since then, the legend of the 1994 $68 million penny has only grown, inspiring countless collectors to examine their own change with new curiosity and determination, because if one such coin could escape detection and circulation for decades, who's to say there aren't others still out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be found by someone with a keen eye and a little bit of luck? And the magic of coin collecting lies in this very possibility, that the next great discovery could be yours, sitting quietly in a jar, a drawer, or a forgotten piggy bank. And the story of the 1994 penny is not just about a coin, it's about the thrill of discovery, the romance of history, and the value of paying attention to the smallest of details, because sometimes those small details hold the key to a fortune. And if this incredible journey through the mysterious and lucrative world of the 1994 1-cent coin has amazed you as much as it has amazed us, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable stories from the hidden world of coins, and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we uncover the next $1 million coin that could change someone's life forever.